State your name and address for the record. You may begin.
David Esrati, 113 Bonner Street. I've never seen a warehouse pollinate the plant that became my dinner. The people here, I'm glad to see them here, but they don't understand how this works. It's not about coming up here and talking. It's about buying the right to talk to this commission. You do that by paying the politicians. That's how things work in Dayton. And I was removed from this meeting last week. I have to thank you because I have a much larger audience. When I call for the immediate resignation of the mayor, a mayor who believes it's more important to let 9 Klansmen from Indiana speak on Courthouse Square than a citizen of Dayton who wanted to speak to the people who are supposed to work for the people of Dayton. But you didn't have 3 minutes to spare. Sure, you've got a rule. Commissioner Fairchild, did I text you before the meeting and did you know about it before Ms. Purple here told you that she was going to banish a speaker? This commission spent $650,000 on protecting the Klan's right to speak. You didn't waste a minute before having the police haul me out. Is that because you could spend that money with more of your demolition contractors that you've been so friendly with? You know, the ones you gave all the money for your campaigns, and apparently won some contracts that they shouldn't have because this commission didn't do their jobs? But enough about your culture of corruption. We had a catastrophe last week. 400,000 people didn't have water to flush their toilets because you didn't want to hear how you could have called the National Guard to bring you generators. And yes, they have generators that big. Of course, the difference here is the National Guard wouldn't cost you any money and you couldn't spend our tax dollars on your friends and family plan. The National Guard could have also helped provide security for people who no longer had roofs over their heads, but stuff they wanted to protect and keep. But since you have a looter's mentality, it didn't occur to you that the people you were elected to represent might want their stuff protected. The National Guard also could have erected tents outside every home that was damaged and provide labor to help clear debris and people secure their belongings. How do I know this? Because I'm a veteran. I know what soldiers do. I know they'd rather serve here in their home than over in a sandbox far away. They were itching to go. You were itching to award more demolition contracts because you were too stupid to manage this disaster appropriately and hadn't had a shower. The thing is, the water's back on and you still smell bad. Maybe it's because you've been steering contracts and collecting campaign money in exchange for access for a long time. The donor list for Issue 9 looks like a great place to start looking for who has supported this culture of corruption. The FBI has already started working their way through it. Vendor, large nonprofit donor that wants to tear a hospital down, City Hall staff, vendor, you get the drill. Speaking of a hospital you let them tear down, it's too bad you didn't make them leave it for 2 years like we have to do with public schools because it would have been a great emergency shelter for all the people in nursing homes that were affected by this disaster. But you don't think creatively or to help others. You just want to make sure your campaign coffers stay full while you gave away the fairgrounds to the friends and family. People kept saying, where's the mayor? They knew where the mayor of Trotwood was. She was out there on the street organizing folks. You were hanging out with Mayor Pete's husband, raising money, walking in parades, you know, the la-di-da of a person just waiting for the cuffs to go on. Do us all a favor. Just resign now. Take your city manager with you. Let's get some people in here that can actually lead.
Thank you very much.
Oh, and by the way, you didn't have to let the Klan rally
Very
there either.
much.
Because you have rules about where
Thank you,
people
sir.
can talk.
Please take your seat. Cindy Garner.